Okay, so half reactions, as I mentioned, really is zeroing in on the process that is happening with that particular element. So for example, as mentioned, so we already wrote this out, zinc was going from 0 to +2. So the zinc atom has now become a zinc +2 ion. So in that process, right, in order for it to go from 0 to +2, 2 electrons had to be lost. So when we're going up in oxidation numbers, remember that that is the oxidation process. So this is now referred to as an oxidation half reaction. So the number of electrons are written on the product side because they are being lost as a result of this transition. Whereas over here we have hydrogen that is gaining electrons to become hydrogen gas. Let's go back for a second. So hydrogen is going from +1 to 0. But you'll notice here, so +1 down to 0, that's a gain of only 1 electron. However, when you're writing out the half reaction, you have to include the total number of electrons that are being transferred. So for example, if I have 2 hydrogen ions becoming H2 gas, each one of those hydrogens has to gain an electron. So the total number of electrons that have to be gained here are 2. And notice, if we are gaining electrons, it is written on the reactant side. So because the oxidation number is going down, this is our reduction half reaction. Okay, so just a reminder, so oxidation is the increase in oxidation numbers, which means there is a loss of electrons. Reduction is the decrease in oxidation numbers, which means there is a gain in electrons. Okay, so here zinc is losing 2 electrons. The oxidation number is going up from 0 to 2. So we can say that zinc is undergoing oxidation, or this is our oxidation half reaction. Hydrogen ions are gaining electrons. The number is decreasing, +1 to 0. So we would say that hydrogen is undergoing the reduction process. So when you're looking at a redox reaction, we already know that it involves oxidation and reduction, but here's an important point. When you have a properly written oxidation reduction reaction, the number of electrons lost should always be equal to the number of electrons being gained, okay, after balancing. So notice here, 2 electrons lost, 2 electrons gained. You might have 17 electrons being lost, 17 electrons have to be gained. Whatever the number is being gained, it must always equal the number being lost. So this will come up in the next lesson when we look at balancing. That's really the key of knowing that you have a properly balanced reaction. So how are you going to remember which process is what? This is just a little fun acronym to help you remember what's what. So Leo the lion says GR. So losing electrons is oxidation. Gaining electrons is reduction. So that's the GR part. Okay. But if you don't really like lions and you want to use something else, there's also oil rig. Oxidation is the loss of electrons. Reduction is the gain of electrons. So I really don't mind whichever one you want to use. But you have to remember what is happening. When we say oxidation is happening, what is happening to the electron process, right? Is it losing or is it gaining? You should be able to know. You should be able to look at a reaction and identify what is oxidizing, what is reducing. Okay, so if you want to pause the video and assign oxidation numbers for every element that is here. So just do the oxidation numbers and then kind of just hang tight. I'll give you a few minutes here. So pause the button, pause the video, pardon me, assign oxidation numbers. And if you want to, try to identify which element is oxidizing and which element is reducing. and even maybe try to determine how many electrons are also being transferred. Okay, so copper, 0. Okay, so remember that nitrate is a polyatomic ion. So you have here oxygen is -2, but there are 3 of them. So this is -6. Nitrogen is then +5. For that to add up to -1. Silver is a simple ion, which is +1. Now, notice this should make it a bit easier for you. Nitrate is still nitrate on this side. So it's still NO3 -1. So that means the nitrogen is a 5 and oxygen is still -2. The copper, however, is a copper ion, so that is +2. Silver is in its elemental form. So what is happening here is copper is going from 0. Let me get rid of this here. So copper is going from 0, oops, way too far over, it's not silver. Copper is going from 0 to +2. So what's happening there is it is losing 2 electrons, right? So we have copper solid losing 2 electrons to become copper +2 ion. So that is our oxidation. Remember, Leo the lion says grr, right? Losing electrons is oxidation. Silver is going from +1 to 0. So silver is going to be gaining 1 electron, but because this, you have to consider the balancing here, each silver has to gain 1, so there's a total of 2 electrons, 1 for each of those silver ions to become solid silver. So that is our reduction reaction. So a properly balanced equation, right, as you can see, 2 electrons are lost because there are 2 silver ions, right? 2 electrons are going to be gained. Now notice in the half reactions, we are not writing in nitrate. Nitrate is not changing. Nitrate is a spectator ion here. So it's important to remember you do not include spectators when you are writing out your half reactions. Okay, so this is just showing you the net ionic equation on that exact same thing that we just did. Okay, so now we have something called an oxidizing and reducing agent. Okay, so this term's a little bit different. Now, when you think of the term agent, maybe like a secret agent or FBI agent, like an agent is something that is helpful, hopefully. So let's say somebody is a secret agent and they're trying to investigate some sort of crime or criminal activity. So a secret agent is trying to help, let's say, the government or help maybe a private industry that's trying to help to solve something. So you can think of agents here as also being helpers. So an oxidizing agent is a helper of oxidation. So it's the oxidizing helper. So what helps oxidation is actually reduction. Okay, it's the opposite. So remember that oxidation is the loss of electrons. So how this can help electrons to be lost is so that it actually has somewhere to go once they are lost. So the substance that is being reduced is actually helping oxidation to occur, and vice versa. So the reducing agent, so what is helping reduction to happen is the oxidized element. So by having that element lose electrons, it's going to help something else to gain them because they have somewhere that's producing electrons. So they essentially, in a nutshell, is redox reactions are complementary processes. Reduction happens easier with oxidation, and oxidation happens easier with something that is reducing. You need both in order for this process to continue forward. So let's look at this exact same example. So copper was being oxidized and silver ions were being reduced. So that means that if this is being oxidized, we would call this a reducing agent. The agent that we call it is always the opposite of what it's doing. So silver ions are being reduced, which means it's an oxidizing agent. Okay, so it's the agent for the opposite. So just remember they're always the reverse. If something's being oxidized, it's a reducing agent. If something is being reduced, it's an oxidizing agent. So typically for questions, probably, well, what questions would you get with this? You might have a reaction like this and be asked, okay, well, what's the oxidizing agent here? Or what's the reducing agent here? So the first thing you'd have to do is identify, okay, well, what's reducing and what is oxidizing? All right, so just to end this off here, we have a couple of practice questions. So here we have elemental iron can be made from iron ore. So we have Fe2O3, and we're making iron, right? Elemental iron, solid. And this is a solid too. Is iron in Fe2O3 being oxidized or reduced? So they're not asking us to balance this out or anything. Essentially what we want to know is the iron being oxidized or is the iron being reduced? So you can pause the video and give this a try. So start by assigning oxidation numbers, of course. All right, so hopefully you got that the iron is being reduced. So the iron in Fe2O3 is a simple iron positive 3, and elemental iron is a 0. So if it's going from positive 3 to 0, that means that it is gaining 3 electrons. So it's our GR portion of the line says GR. So gaining electrons is reduction. All right. So this one's a little bit longer. We'll give this a try. So you're going to write out the balanced net ionic equation for magnesium reacting with a solution of aluminum sulfate. So this is a single displacement reaction again. You're then going to identify what substance is being oxidized, what substance is being reduced, write the half reactions for each one, and then you're going to identify the oxidizing agent and the reducing agent. Give this one a try. Okay, so first of all, here's our balanced chemical equation. Magnesium, aluminum sulfate, aluminum, magnesium sulfate. Okay, so the net ionic equation would essentially be getting rid of our sulfates. So here we would have 2 aluminum ions and 3 magnesium ions. Okay, so the numbers. Magnesium is going from 0 to +2. So that is losing electrons, which means that is going to be our oxidation reaction. Now remember, the total number of electrons is what has to get written in your half reaction. So for each magnesium losing 2, there are 3 of them in your balanced equation. So in total, there should be 6 electrons on the product side. Aluminum is going from +3 to 0. So it's gaining 3 electrons, which is reduction. And there are 2 aluminum ions. So in total, there should be 6 electrons being gained. So of course, in terms of agents, if magnesium is being oxidized, that means magnesium is the reducing agent. Aluminum ions are being reduced, which means aluminum ions are the oxidizing agents. Okay. The last part is looking at exceptions to redox reaction setup. So disproportionation is when you have one compound that is both being reduced and oxidized. So here we have a hydrogen peroxide. So oxygen is -1. And we have hydrogen is staying the same. Oxygen is -2 and oxygen is 0. So notice oxygen is doing both oxidizing and reducing. It's going from -1 to -2. So this oxygen is reducing, and -1 to 0, this oxygen is oxidizing. And lastly, conproportionation is where you have two elements of the same, two ions, I guess, of the same element that are becoming one product. So you have +1